So I know a lot of parents have sometimes real trouble adjusting to this new life. As we said, it can be like very intimidating for some, and some are really struggling. So coming back home with a new baby, either it's your first one or not, a new member of the family, because it's really what it is, that you don't know yet, even though you had for the mom those 9 months together, but it's somebody else. It can be a real challenge for some. So let's talk first from the couple's point of view. So the new family. So do parents need to have certain expectations that they might not, realize they will have when they have a baby? So talk to us about the most common challenges that a couple face when they have a baby.
So, there's a lot in that question. I mean, for me, first of all, it's really important for the couple or the mother, really the birthing mother, to really take time to do a bit of research and to know what her options are for birthing.
Yeah.
Okay. You are in control. You are mighty, mighty powerful because you are creating another human. So do not let anybody tell you otherwise, or treat you like you are ill or handicapped or anything. Like, that just drives me crazy, because it's like the women who are carrying children are just like, wow.
Yeah.
they're a powerhouse. And yet, because of the media, because of the, medical and all this, we kind of go, okay, well, I trust you. No, trust your body. Like, do your research and create the birth that you want. Not that you will necessarily get it, but at least you're putting energy and really intent into how you want to welcome this new being, because the birth is really important for both you and the child, and for the relationship that you're going to have with that child forever. So that would be a first thing. And if you have a partner, make sure that you're both on board, that you're talking about it, that you're discussing, that you want to know what he or she, what you need from them. Because, oftentimes we kind of, have an idea of how we want things to happen, but maybe your partner doesn't really want to be in the birthing room with you. Like, that's like, oh no, I don't think I can handle it. So be respectful. So to me, right there is communication is really the key to it all. And then secondly is to create a village around you. And this is for both partners. Yeah. And so that means you, for example, that is helping with the feeling good and healthy during pregnancy. Somebody like myself who can help you in the environment and understanding what parenting is about, a lactation consultant, a doula. Like, there's a whole community around the birthing that is really important to gather those who have been there before you, who have the knowledge and who can support you, because that's how it used to be. We had a village of elders and they were there for us, and now we need to create it.
Yeah.
And
thirdly, especially in a time like this, I would say, like, especially right now, it's really something that women need to come back to.
Completely. Yeah.
Yeah. Even though the body knows what to do, I mean, our body knows how to birth anyway, but having this support, having this team that got you back is more important than ever. And it's true in any kind of circumstances anyway. We have to realize that we need more support, definitely.
Exactly. If you're starting out in business, well, you seek out a business coach. If you're redoing a house, you're going to seek out a team of people who can do the work for you. So it's the same thing. Yeah. So your journey into parenting will be much easier if you have a community supporting you, even if you know who is that girlfriend that you can call in the middle of the night because you're anxious that you don't have enough milk, or that you want somebody to help you come clean the house. All of that. This is a sacred time for humanity. So for me, preparing the birth environment, and then really, you were asking about the couple, is really trying to plan as much as possible to have those first 40 days after the birth with nothing on your calendar. You just want to snuggle, sleep, feed your baby, and that is it. You need that time to recuperate physically, emotionally, get yourself ready. Like you say, get to know your baby, and the way to get to know is to smell them and snuggle and be close to them. So take everything off your calendar. There is no need to, to get all dressed up and go out and all this. Like, you've got time for that. So
Yes.
that would be for me. It's just like, really take this as a, oops, sorry.
That's fine.
Take this as a pause. Like, this is your opportunity to just, slow down. And really, I think one of the bigger challenges is going to be that exhaustion at the beginning. You've gone through 9 months of carrying another human. I've been pregnant several times, but I have two children. And each time it was really, you feel like your body is on loan to nature, to whatever. So you get your body back, right? and you have to recuperate. You have to recuperate the 9 months. You have to recuperate the birth. Yes. The birth can be amazing, and it is an amazing experience. It can be really hard for some, easy for others. It can be sometimes traumatizing for others. So please take a pause and just like reassess and recuperate, get to know your child. And for me, those first 3 months are really ideal to just lay low. Mm-hmm. And your child is also just getting used to being, earthside. So give them the opportunity to do this slowly. And then for me, what is really, really important in the, you were saying in the partnership, yes, is really communication, is really being okay with asking for help. We tend to think, oh, I've got it. I can do it all. Why? Like, don't. There's people around you that love you, that want only one thing, but to help you. So, ask for meals, ask for cleaning, ask for groceries, don't be afraid to ask. And for me, the partner's responsibility is to really protect the mother-child dyad, because the newborn needs the mother to feel a sense of security, to feel that they have been welcomed into a good, safe place. It's called trust in the world. Yeah. And really at the beginning, only the mother can really give that to the newborn. So the father or the partner, really, for me, their role is to really protect that. So, if people want to come over, you can very nicely say, oh, mom and baby are connecting, we'll let you know when you can come over. So I always say, like, Dad, please be the social diplomat to just like, keep everybody so mom can rest, so mom can breastfeed without, feeling stressed out and all of that. So it's a real partnership for sure.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. So what you're saying is first planning on whatever the way we want to birth, and maybe like write down a birth plan and communicate with your partner to see if he or she is okay. Because, and I really agree with you, it's so important that it's a team here. It's a team of two, and it's going to be three. So it's very important to make sure that your partner knows what to do too when you're birthing. I always tell my clients that you have some tools on your hand that somebody like myself or yourself give you, but make sure that your partner knows about it, because
Exactly.
especially when giving birth, might forget some stuff or don't think about it, and so your partner can like really be empowered as well in the birthing experience. And that is very important too, because he or she will become like a dad or a mom too, and it's really that very moment for them where it's happening. It's not the same for the person that is carrying the child.
Yes,
So
yes.
first planning and communicating with your partner, then really taking those 40 days after birth. And thank you, amen to that. I love that. I'm
Mm.
like a huge proponent of that.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes. And
And
it's
like,
and it's unfortunate because, not all societies or countries will allow that. So that's why, it might mean planning, like it might mean, saving up so you can take, a little leave for a while, because I know, not, especially here in the US, not all companies have maternity leave,
absolutely.
which is outrageous to me, but that's
Yeah.
a whole other topic.
Yeah, that's something else, absolutely. But yeah, if you can do so, really like clearing out the calendar and really taking the time to settle down with
Mhm,
baby,
mhm.
and then understanding that you have a village around you and ask for help and don't be shy. You can ask anybody around you, as you say, just like a meal preparation or doing the cleaning, or or maybe watching the baby for like a few minutes so you can take a shower. Some those stuff are really easy to do, and you always will have somebody that will be happy to do it for you. So don't hesitate to ask. I really love that. So we have those 3 points. That's very, very interesting. And so let's say they don't know where they can find resources, like maybe help for during their birth plan or whatever. Do you know if there are any places where they can look for that type of resources?
So I think, I mean, I don't have one general place, but within your, first of all, the best are those who have come before you.
Yeah.
So your girlfriends, your sisters who have had children, in your community. I live here in San Diego. There is a very, very, very supportive and strong natural birthing
Yeah.
community. So, it's pretty easy to find. Also, doulas. I think it's really
Yes.
important to look into what is a doula and how a doula can help you, because basically it is someone who is really going to support you physically and emotionally through the preparation of the birth, during the birth, and then there are postpartum doulas
Yeah.
that can really support you afterwards as well. So that would be, for me, a great source of information. But yeah, like I say, do your research. Like, do you want to have a home birth? Do
Yeah.
you want to have a hospital birth? Or maybe you didn't know, but there's a birthing center in your community. Or, so it's really just really thinking about it, and really dreaming up what your plan is. And I will say one thing about plans, though,
Yeah.
birthing plans, which to me is fascinating. And this is actually a birth doula that told me this a while back. Is she said, I have my clients do 3 birth plans, write them out, 3 copies, one they put in their bag, ready to go to the birth center or the hospital, or if they stay at home, one they give to their, health provider, and the other one they burn. Because a birth plan, you can't be too strict about it.
Yes. Thank you.
The baby might have a different
Yeah.
agenda.
Yeah.
So you really have to be okay with surrendering to what needs to happen, because birthing is a partnership with you and your child.
Yeah.
So it's something that you do together. So
Absolutely.
be talking to your baby while you're
Yeah.
pregnant about, the experience that you want, and let them know what your plan is and all this, but also surrender, because you don't know what could happen. At the last minute, they decide to go turn around or something. And so at some point you have to trust also the team that you have around you, they have your best interest in mind. So at some point, you have to surrender to that.
Yeah,
So
I love that. I personally very agree with that. In my practice, when I was treating in pregnancy osteopathy, um, we were really talking about that. Yes, having a plan is good because you have some guidelines and you got to make some choices, and that's interesting, as we just said. But you have to be prepared for whatever could happen too, because
exactly.
it's the child that decides everything. You have no control about what's going to happen. Communicating during the pregnancy is very important too. I'm a true believer of that, really explaining your baby your intentions and what you want, and maybe he or she won't agree, and so you have to adapt. And that's it. So yes, being prepared to surrender, it's exactly the good thing to tell, definitely.
And I love what you said about that it's baby that's deciding, because I always say when moms are getting kind of impatient or all this, I said they're prepping themselves, they're doing their mani-pedi, and they will let you know when they're ready to meet you. So and that to me is respecting also the natural development. Like, I have a real hard time with the whole induction, for example, unless of course there's we know that there's a big medical thing, but most often time there isn't. It's more scheduling and all of this, and it for me it always kind of brings this cycle of intervention that we don't really want to have.
I really agree with you. And it's something that varies from country to country. Some countries, they are, like willing to let the woman being pregnant like 2 weeks more. Some it's just a few days. It completely varies country to country. So just means that it's a matter of planning with the hospital.
And when I said earlier, like, do your research, depending on where you would imagine giving birth, also do your research, like at the different hospitals. What is their C-section rate? What is their intervention rate? Like, it will differ from hospital to hospital, from OBGYN to OBGYN. Like, be mindful and look into that, so that you're not surprised the day of.
That's a very good recommendation. Okay, that's very, very valuable, and they have like already 3 good tips, so I love that.